Hello, Unbricking here with a look at the 10 most insane LEGO Technic creations. This is any creation that primarily uses Technic pieces, so LEGO Mindstorms mocks are included. These are in no particular order. Without any further ado, let's begin. So first we have the Terminator 3 T1 battlefield robot created by RJ Brick Builds. The original Terminator of 1984 is my favorite movie of all time, so this creation always stood out to me. What makes this model even better is that it is actually an alternate build of the 2019 excavator. You can disassemble it, and using the same exact parts, you can build this amazing robot. The excavator came with 7 motors, so naturally, this set gets a ton of functions. You get driving, superstructure rotation, head turning, the rotating turrets, as well as shoulder adjustment. This is one of the best LEGO Technic creations I have ever seen, and the instructions are available on Rebrickable for $15. If you're enjoying this video so far, and you would like to uncover all the secrets of LEGO Technic, such as why LEGO will never make a physical controller for their powered-up Technic sets, why B models should return, or the rarest functions, then make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. If you subscribe, you're an absolute legend. At number 9 we have the LEGO Mindstorms NXT Hollow Cycle, which was created by Nextstorm in 2009. This amazing robot has 3 wheels connected to the Power Functions battery boxes, and they're all connected to a set of the LEGO Power Miners Mining Station green wheels. They could mesh together, essentially acting as giant gears. Each leg had a Power Functions motor connected to a battery box, and whenever the NXT motor would turn, all of the wheels, the green wheels, would turn, thus turning the legs and changing the robot's direction. The way this robot moves is absolutely fascinating, and if you have some of these green Power Miners wheels, I highly recommend you build something similar to this creation. Next up we have the LEGO Technic Bucket Wheel Excavator mock made by Desert Eagle LEGO Technic Creations. This one is just massive, and it even has 2 sets of the tracks next to each other to get like one wide track to accommodate the large size. On top of that, this creation is fully remotely controlled with LEGO Power Functions, and it works incredibly well. This creation even utilizes a micromotor for the dispenser. It really does have everything. Bucket wheel excavators are just such fascinating construction tools, and I really hope that LEGO revisits the idea of making a bucket wheel excavator, but this time they should make it fully remotely controlled with Control Plus. At number 7 we have the LEGO Technic Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, which is a B model of the Mercedes-Benz Z-Tros trial truck. This B model is made by Milan Reindl, the same designer who worked on the Z-Tros. Although this mock is created by an official LEGO designer, it was never advertised by the LEGO company. As a result, I still consider it to be a mock. But it is the closest we have to an official alternate model of the Mercedes-Benz Z-Tros trial truck, and this one is just incredible. It's got a speed transmission gearbox, a working engine, and pretty much every function you would expect from a G-Wagon. The building instructions aren't available yet, but the designer plans to release them on Rebrickable in a few weeks. Next up we have the LEGO Mindstorms NXT Anyway Segway created by Lawrence Volk, and I would consider this one to be the single greatest LEGO Segway of all time. Not only does it have an incredibly sophisticated balance code, but by changing a few variables in the code, you can actually customize the movement of the Segway, which is really nice. On top of that, you could use any wheels from any of the LEGO Mindstorm sets, the NXT 1.0 wheels, 2.0, or the motorcycle wheels that came in the RCX sets. The building instructions and program are available for free on his website, and I highly recommend you build this Segway if you own the LEGO Mindstorms NXT. At number 5 we have the massive LEGO air engine created by Raul Oida, and this one uses 256 cylinders. That's insane. This exact engine was built multiple times and stacked together to power the life-size LEGO hot rod, which could actually be driven. Just imagine how powerful this engine must be, and it's created entirely out of LEGO elements. This is easily the single greatest LEGO pneumatic engine that has ever been made. Next up we have the Mindcuber by David Gilday. He made his first Mindcuber for the NXT and then made another design for the EV3 as well as the Spike Prime or the Robot Inventor system. Essentially, this robot uses a color sensor to scan the Rubik's Cube, and after the scan is complete, it can solve it flawlessly. That's insane. The Mindcuber is really famous since it was actually one of the 12 bonus models for the LEGO Mindstorms NXT 2.0. David Gilday is still an active member of the LEGO Mindstorms community to this day. Here we have the 1000 speed LEGO Technic gearbox made by Technic Brick Power. The creation uses 12 differentials and 10 switches. Each switch has a designated number. Switching them on adds the corresponding number. For example, if you want to engage the 3rd speed, you would add switch 1 and 2. And if you want the 28th speed, you would add 16, 8, and 4. But is this gearbox practical? Well, Technic Brick Power has actually incorporated this gearbox into one of his LEGO Technic cars. That's pretty incredible. As someone who absolutely loves LEGO Technic gearboxes in official sets, this creation is just mind-blowing to me. Next up, we have the enormous LEGO Technic bulldozer created by Gazer's Extreme Brick Machines. Just look at the size of this bulldozer. It is so big that it can flawlessly go downstairs, and it even manages to climb them too. It can even push some firewood, so it actually has a practical purpose. It has an insane amount of torque as the tracks use 12 large motors. It weighs more than 25 pounds, so it's a pretty heavy piece of equipment. This mock shows that the designer behind this model is a genius. I am truly blown away by what I have seen. At number 1, we have the 1/20 scale LEGO Technic crawler crane that stands at 4.5 meters tall, created by Bogdan Valsianu. The crane is also fully remotely controlled, which makes it really impressive since it is so massive and still able to move flawlessly. Each track is driven by the inner sprockets instead of the outer ones, and each track is driven by 4 Power Functions XL motors, which adds a lot of torque. This is definitely one of the most impressive creations I have ever seen in LEGO Technic. If this set were an actual LEGO set that they sold, how much do you think it would cost? Please let me know down in the comments below. Some of the best creations on this list were actually B models, and if you would like to learn about why B models should return, then click on the video right over here. This is your Unbrick Me here, and I'll see you in the next one.